established slavery. It was the church that did the dehumanization part based upon the myth about Ham and Noah that allowed for them to implement the dehumanization part of slavery that allowed for them to do the things necessary to cause for us to lose our freedom of will. We could have died. We could have all died. Okay? But after a period of time, then you realize, or you don't have that religious foundation that will make you go out and die for your spirituality. You lose all that. It was the church that instituted that. And we're the most spiritual people. Based upon what kind of foundation? What kind of foundation? We'll get into that one a little later. We have no existence. We have no existence prior to 1600. I'm going to go through this. All this is the migration period. This is a continent. This continent is bigger than the United States. This continent is bigger than Europe. Each one of these are countries. Each one of these people, even though they are all black, speak a different language, have a different culture, have a different religion, have a whole different way of life. Each one of these countries. People were pulled from each one of these countries and brought here. Our first understanding of Africa was Tarzan. A white man that fell out of a plane and an ape raised him, and he could control the jungle better than all the natives that have been living there all their lives. Anybody from Africa, the country, were all the same. So a vital mistake that we made in 1964 is talking about our motherland. We wore dashikis for 4 or 5 years. We wore afros for 4 or 5 years. And when we ran out of things to read, and finally realized, those who wasn't read, that these were countries, there ain't no place that you can identify as it applies to language, customs, religion, definitely not no family. There ain't too many of us in this room. I forget you're a little older. You may be able to go back at least to your grandfather. But there ain't too many of us who know who our grandfather was. And maybe some of us don't even know who our daddy was. Because that other mythology about black men having babies out of wedlock was not against the law until 1865. You don't know about no marriage. Broken families. We ain't never had families in this country. It was against the law up to 1865. Out of desperation, we tried to hunt and scrape and try to piece our little families together by 1900. But when 1900 came here, you know what 1900 was, don't you? What was 1900? So-called Industrial Revolution. A value system. We are the most spiritual people in this country. We got churches on every other corner. Every other church has either they start off, they don't want to even think about building the church unless they got 300 to 500 people to put into it. We'll put one on every corner. Politicians, pimps, and preachers. They're the only role models we've ever had. And there's very little difference visually between any of them. There's very little difference between any of them vocabulary-wise. There's very little difference in any of them for modus operandi.